Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the sincere Akram. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, La Bachayarium, Shal Yasha'Allah. Peace to the election of the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. Wa Kal Halayim, La Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. And giving all praises to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, which Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, who the world ignorantly calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, by Hashem, meaning in the name, Racha, meaning spirit, Kodash is holy, which I utter in the Paleo Hebrew, which of course is the language that has been returned unto the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. You are the anointed ones, you are the Lord's chosen people. Of course, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Alright, Shalayach Yam Nawa, our apostles, of course, Great Millstone, who rule well, and of course, Shalom wa Chesed, peace and mercy, to, of course, the election of the nation of Israel, the chosen. All right, now starting with 144,000, which are prophets, Nabayayim of Israel, and of course, you have the innumerable multitude, which are men, women, and children of the 1/3 that are going to believe in the words of the prophets and be, of course, delivered from the coming calamities to this planet Earth in the times of judgment, which we're all in that time anyway. All right, so Shemyah Hamafba, my name's Hamafba Mayan Great Millstone from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here by so I'm going to use this Hebrew word, Ayar, which is city of Philadelphia. All right. Coming again with this truth. All right. Za'amath. All right. So we have here Bar clamps down on catch and release with indefinite detentions for some apprehended migrants, which Barr is U.S. Attorney General William Barr on Tuesday struck down a decision allowing some asylum seekers to request release on bond in front of an immigration judge, a decision that expands indefinite detention for migrants. It says some of whom must wait months and years for their cases to be heard. It says U.S. immigration courts overseen by the Justice Department have been overloaded. It says as a number of pending cases have jumped more than 26% since 2000, or since actually that's October, Slakia. October the 17th of October 2017, Slakia. A bit preoccupied with something real quick, Slakia. It says from 65 or 600 655, that's 100,807, to just 8, almost damn near 100,000, 100,000, according to the transactional records access clearinghouse or tract of the Syracuse University. So you got the backlog here. You got a wee chart here, which it displays, the amount, of course, of the pending cases in the United States. You have it. I guess this is per fiscal year. All right, and you have it here. It increased since, of course, 1998. and it increased dramatically, because you have it where it was just 100,000 in 1998, going down. That's 100 pending cases in immigration. All right, you have it there. Now we're all the way up, damn near to almost near 900,000 pending cases that are in, of course, limbo. All right, it says here, last month, Immigration and Customs, or ICE enforcement, it said the average daily population of immigrants in detention topped 46,000 for the 2019 fiscal year, the highest since the agency was created back in 2003. It says even that figure is likely understates the backlog. All right, which, these numbers which are published, all right, they're really more severe than what is actually published. All right, and let me see if I can get a wee definition on this really quick. Khawash. And if it doesn't come up, I have to go into my Webster on my phone, which I will get the new. So you got for understate, right? Understate, which means, of course, to state or represent less strongly or striking than the facts will bear out. All right, so it's more, as I had said. All right, the backlog, because it doesn't include the impact of the 35-day government shutdown in December, which that, of course, was from December. It's in January. I forget how many days it was. Damn near a month. Forgot the actual total days and such. But you have it where those numbers wasn't being tallied up because these various branches were closed down. All right, or really they were, they may of course been open, but they were running with a skeleton crew and of course things being not logged, because of course a lot of these federal employees weren't getting any actual compensation financially, but they were required still to work. But that's another thing. But it says because the system, roughly 400 immigration judges were furloughed, which this ended up explaining what I was going into. Furloughed during the shutdown, some of 600 hearings were canceled. Right, so a lot of these different judges, they were furloughed. They were of course home without without pay and such. And a lot of these different hearings, since there wasn't any judges, they were of course canceled. Since those were rescheduled, adding that to already long wait times. It says immigration has not failed to reduce the backlog, but it eroded the country's ability to ensure due process. It says by pressuring judges to rule a breakneck pace on whether immigrants should be removed from the United States. It says the American Immigration Lawyers Association, a non-profit organization of more than 15,000 immigration attorneys and law professors, said in a statement. It says Barr's decision applies to migrants who have illegally entered the United States as well as the apprehended within the country. It says here, typically these migrants are placed into an expedited removal proceeding, a faster form of deportation reserved for people who illegally entered the country within the last 2 weeks and are detained within 100 miles of a land border. It says migrants who present themselves at the port and ask for asylum, or port of entry and ask for asylum, aren't eligible for bond. It says, but before Barr's ruling, those who had crossed the border between official entry points and asked asylum were eligible for bond. It says once they had proven to asylum officers they have a credible fear of persecution, which is harassment. So it says, I conclude that such aliens remain ineligible for bond, whether they are arriving at the border or apprehended in the United States. All right. Let me see. So I'm just gonna go and pick up bits of information, because you have it here that a lot of these various sanctuary cities, all right, are going to be, of course, overrun, all right, by what they call, illegal aliens, which most of them are people, all right, from the 12 tribes of Israel, primarily from the Latin tribes, all right, so-called Northern Kingdom, okay, tribes and such, all right, Issachar and such, so-called Mexicans and such, Zebulon and such, all right. It says White House has proposed releasing immigrant detainees in sanctuary cities targeting political foes. And you have it here where there is this whole agenda by, of course, Trump to he wants to make America great again, right? He wanted, of course, to stiffen and be tightened up on these immigration, all right, into the country. But you have it here. This is just blatantly hypocrisy, because if they're, of course, releasing immigrants, detainees into sanctuary cities, which the sanctuary cities are, by definition, sanctuary cities are generally liberal. Well, this isn't the actual. Well, it says here, by definition, a sanctuary city are generally liberal or democratic cities or regions that oppose the current conservation or conservative policies that to oppress most immigrants. All right, and it has here that most populated U.S. cities represent 30 million Americans. All right, and so you just have it there. These various sanctuary cities, you have it where you can, of course, seek sanctuary, and they're going to, of course, so-called be oppressed by, of course, you being not, of course, a legal resident within, of course, the United States. All right, but this is nothing but a trap. All right, which, of course, the so-called white man, who is the Edomites, all right, the red-headed Edomite, all right. If you're, of course, a so-called Caucasian, all right, so-called white man, all right, and if you're, of course, of that wicked stock, you're an Edomite, all right. If your spirit, of course, reflects that, all right, because you have our people been scattered amongst the four winds and such, all right. And some of our people may look like, of course, what they call so-called white people, but their actual spirit and their lineage, by the way of their fathers, go back to a Hebrew Israelite, all right, line, all right. But you have the wicked that are in the rulership, all right. Donald Trump, he's an Edomite. The elites, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and DuPonts, all of these various banking families, they're Edomites, all right. The 1%, these are Edomites, all right. So anyway, going into it, you have it where it was a proposal, which it says the White House officials have tried to pressure U.S. immigration authorities to release detainees into the streets of sanctuary cities to retaliate against President Trump's political adversaries, according to the Department of Homeland Security official email message reviewed by the Washington Post. And you have it here. Trump administration officials have proposed transporting detained immigrants to sanctuary cities at least twice in the past 6 months, once in November as a migrant caravan approached the U.S. border, and again in February, and amid a standoff with Democrats over funding over Trump's wall. All right, so if you have this, and they're actually doing this already, I believe, they're releasing, all right, so-called, you got immigrants, right, which are, you have it mainly of the Northern Kingdom, all right, so-called Latin tribes, right. They are, of course, being released into these very serious sanctuary cities where immigration laws are, of course, lax, basically. They're going to be persecuted for being, alien, what they perceive to be. But we already know that this so-called white man, of course, raped and robbed the land and took it from, of course, the Aboriginals, all right, being You got Gad, North American Indians, and of course you got what's that, Reuben, all right, so-called Seminole Indians and such, all right. But of course we're dealing with a damn devil who's calling them aliens, but he of course is a what? He's a what? He was a pilgrim, all right. He colonized this place, all right, and just brought nothing but death and destruction to our people, all right. This is gonna be. I'm gonna just go into the scriptures. This is gonna be the book of Isaiah 26:10. It says, "Let favor be shown to the wicked. The wicked is the Edomites." All right. Yeah, of course, you can look into various scriptures. All right, they're the book called the border of wickedness. All right, Malachi. All right, it says, "Yet will he not learn righteousness?" So, of course, it's not, of course, in the spirit, all right, of these Edomites, all right, to what? To, of course, do righteousness, all right, at all, all right. It says here, and I believe this is, let me see, it says, let me see if I got it, if it's in Obadiah, it speaks about, of course, his spirit that's lifted up in him is not all right in him, all right. Let me see. I don't go at this time, but Lord willing, I'll get it. I'm just going to the spirit. Continuing on, let me just continue to break this down and such. It says here, it says, "In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly," and that's the land of uprightness. Of course, is the nation, is of course Israel. All right, the Holy Land. All right, which they of course are occupying, appointed. Of course, our land, the Israelites, the true Israelites. All right, the true Hebrew Israelites. All right. Of course, that's our land, but of course, it's been appointed to what? You have these Israelis or Amalekites, all right, or also Edomites, okay? They're Edomites. Also, they got, of course, Yashamayala there too, which is so-called Arabs there, and they're fighting over land that's not theirs. But ultimately, they of course dealing unjustly, all right, in the land, because what they do, all sorts of wickedness. They got kosher pigs, they got gay parades, what's that, Tel Aviv and all of that, homosexuality, a lot, of course, of wickedness that's going to there and such, all right. It says, "And will not behold the majesty of Yahweh." And it says, "Yahweh, when thy hand is lifted up," which is the hand is meaning power, right? Hand, all right, lifted up, "they will not see it, but they shall see and be ashamed to their envy at the people," at the people, the Israelites and such, all right. Because obviously you have the so-called white man has that hatred, all right, Esau, Edom, towards his brother, which we are his brother, all right, Jacob, all right. He of course, had that hatred in his heart, all right, and that hatred, of course, extends, beyond even that. It goes back to even the serpent, all right, which that same spirit of the serpent, which is a man, is in the same, and of course the so-called white man today, which is also known as Cain, also in the scriptures, and also as Esau, Edom. Okay, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna just keep going through it. It says here, "Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them." All right, and you're gonna see that, of course, you're gonna have all of these nations burn fire on this damn devil, all right, but you're gonna have it where everybody's gonna come up against this damn devil, all right, even his, of course, his you have his so-called allies and such, all right. They're gonna hate this whore and burn her with fire. All right, let's go into, this is going to be the book of, this is Ayawab, chapter 15, or Ahyawab Sakya, which means persecuted. Yeah, that's Job's Hebrew name, Ibarya Shem, all right, or Shemwa, all right, his name, all right, Ahyawab, or Job, all right, which means persecuted. It says here that Verse 20, it says, the wicked man travaileth with pain in his in all his days, or pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. Because the Lord is a power that hides himself, and of course he never let this damn devil know when, of course, he's going to come. All right, as it says in Scripture, the Lord is going to come back as a what? As a thief in the night. All right, catch, of course, these damn devils. All right, in a surprise. You're gonna surprise them. All right, but by the prophecies, us being children of the light, we know when Yahweh when Yahweh is gonna send his son down, Yahweh Shai, Slakia. All right. By the way, the prophecies meaning Slakia, which meaning we know the timing, meaning that we are in the time, all right, of the end of the world, meaning the end of the age. I must clarify that because we don't know, none know the hour, all right, but of course the Father, all right, Yahweh Shai doesn't even know, neither the angels and such, all right. And we know we're in the time of course, of Yahweh Shai's coming, the second coming of Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai is going to subdue these kingdoms, all right, the rule of the wicked, all right, this oppressor, right. This what does oppressor do? Of course, he pressed down, all right. You got here in the Hebrew, which he's oppressing our people. You got Irataza, or Irayataza, all right. Which that, of course, they got here. They got terror striking, awesome, terrified, ruthless, mighty, violent, great in power, all right. But oppressor, presses down on you, all right. Going on, it says here, a dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. And who's that destroyer? That's Yahweh Shai, the destroyer of the Gentiles, all right, the nations, okay. Let's see if I can get a scripture. It says here, this is Jeremiah 4:7. It says, the lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles on his way. It says, he is gone from his place to make the land desolate, and the city shall be laid waste without inhabited. All right, when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's coming to bring, of course, he's going to meet thee as a man, come back as an angelic power. Yes, he's going to bring a lot, of course, death. All right, Mawath, La, of course, Basra to Basra, which is America. All right, you could Idumea. This is America. You place where you Edomites, of course. All right, are all right. Know what y'all everywhere, but this when you speak in Basra, coming from with dyed garments from Basra, that's talking about America. All right. If you're spiritual, you'll understand. But it says here, he believeth not that he shall return of darkness, and he waited for the sword. All right. It says, he that wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is he? He knoweth that day of darkness is ready at hand. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. That they shall prevail against him, and as a king ready for the battle. All right. There's going to be nothing but, of course, Tazarah, trouble and anguish, that's going to come to this place. All right. Of course, when this damn devil goes and try to fulfill his new order, that's when Yahweh Shai is going to, of course, upset his plan, which that's also in the book of Job when he's talking about filling his belly. All right. All right. Let's continue forth. Next, Pequod, which is going to be the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocryphal chapter, I believe this is 14:4. It says, he that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods righteously. All right. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Of course, the so-called white man, the Edomites, all right, they, of course, destroy the land, all right, which they, of course, inhabit, destroy the earth, the food, everything, the people, all right? That's wicked. That's self-destructive. It's destructive anyway. That's why he's the son of perdition. It says, he shall not take pleasure in his goods. It says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. It says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So you have it where, this so-called white man, he thinks he's doing good, allowing, of course, these Northern Kingdom Israelites to come here, but they don't know, of course, that this is only going to be to the destruction for most of them that are 2/3, all right, because the so-called white man is the sword, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Harab, all right, which that sword Baha in Hebrew, all right, and they're coming for their judgment, all right. They of course trusting in the enemy, thinking, of course, yeah, I'm gonna come to America and I'm gonna have prosperity, when this is not the place of our rest, all right. And let me see what we got finishing off. It says here, verse 8, it says, the envious man hath a wicked eye, he turneth away his face and despises men, and he hates you so-called Latinos, all right, you Northern Kingdom, all right, Jake, all right. He hates Israelites. It says, a covetous man's eye is not a greedy man basically is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. All right, and you have it. He want more. He want everything. All right, his desires as hell. All right. This is going to be the book of Habakkuk 2:5. It says here, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as Sha'awah or hell, and is as death, all right, or Mawath. Let me see if that's a Ka Mawath. Let me see what this says. I don't want to make this too long, but yeah, Ka Mawath. You see it? So Ka is as or like, and you have it Mawath. Just just getting into your Hebrew. This how you, of course, you sharpen it up by, of course, knowing it by experiencing it, doing it, applying it. All right, that's how you get this wisdom. All right, so anyway, it says, who enlarges his desire as Sha'awah and as death. All right, you have it Ka Mawath. All right, or death, which die, and cannot be satisfied, but he gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And isn't it, of course, this place being America is considered a melting pot, and of course it has all the tribes of Israel within it, which are as the sand of the sea, or the salt of the earth and such. All right, the so-called white man has all the other nations, Hagawayam, all right, all the rest of the heathen here too, as well. All right. It says here, and I'm gonna stop there and go to the next Pequod. All right, which I got Obadiah or Ibadiah. All right, servant of Yahweh. That's his Hebrew name. All right, of Obadiah. It says here. It says, and there's another precept. Actually, I forgot. This is Isaiah. Actually, what was it? There's another precept I'm forgetting. Isaiah 24:10. Well, all right, 24, yeah, and 10. Not, this is, let me go back a couple, because this is 26. Which I'm just going to read. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, and that no man may come in. And the city of confusion, of course, is America, Babylon. That's why Babylon, which means Babal in Hebrew, all right, which means confusion. All right, this is the city of confusion. All right, let me see which, I had said in the beginning of the lesson is trying to sharpen up in this Hebrew word of I believe it's ayar, right, or city, but they got here qua raya. All right. Now you had of confusion. They got a different word here. All right, but you gotta go into the Hebrew. They got here of unreality, of emptiness. All right, formlessness. All right, place of chaos. All right, but that's what confusion is. Basically, a bunch of fucking chaos and such. That's what this place is. All right, it's bloody, chaotic. All right, and you have it where it's shut up and no man come in. You have these various places, the borders and all of that. All right, they of course shutting you up, shutting out certain people. All right, oppressing them. Okay, when of course they stole this place and this wickedness. All right, and this place is gonna be like this. Goes into the destruction. It says there is a crying for wine in the streets, which is the wine, of course, is you got it here. You have it for philosophy, but just it's going to be the truth. It says all joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. All right, it's going to come a time when this death and destruction comes, with this Jacob trouble hits its full fruition. All right, all hell break loose. Martial law is of course declared. People going to be looking for the truth. That true good wine, your yan, to wab your yan. All right. Man, a lot of people don't even understand the totality of what Yahweh Shem Shah is bringing to this earth. All right, and how dreadful, all right, he is, the king of terrors. All right. All right, let me just go to the next scripture and lead towards closing this out. This is Jeremiah 50:33. And it says, here, it says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, all right, Yahweh Tabawath, I believe. Let me see, I just want to go real quick to get it. Tazaba Yawah, or Tazabawath, all right, Tazaba, which is like war. All right, but this is the Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts. All right, the children of Yasha'Allah, all right, the Bunyam Shal Yasha'Allah, and the children of Yahawada, all right, the Bunyam, all right, were oppressed together. All right, so you had, of course, the children of Israel, which that's talking about the northern kingdom, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, and the children of Judah, so-called Negro, so-called Haitians and West Indians, all right, were oppressed together. We both went into slavery together in captivity. All right, we all went through it. Okay, it started first with, of course, the Northern Kingdom and such, with Christopher Columbus and such. All right, then they got, of course, the Southern Kingdom, and brought them over to, of course, here and all over the different planets and such. It says, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. And we're still to this day in our captivity. You read that in the book of Baruch. All right. It says their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name, and he shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. All right. It says a sword is upon the Chaldeans. It said Yahweh, the Chaldeans, of course, is what? The soothsayers, all right? These magi's and such, all right? Which that's your modern day elite, which are nothing but wicked witches and such, all right? They're witches, and they on the left-hand side, all right? They worship Shaitan, all right? Saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. Yeah, the Chaldeans are wise, so-called wise men on the left-hand side. All right. Okay, and this is, ain't nothing new under the sun. It says a sword is upon the liars, and they shall dart a sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. And that sword is an Isabean missile, all right, which you're gonna have to read, of course. You know, Jeremiah, all these chapters 50, 51, 49. You know, it's to tell you about that sword. It says, a sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are upon the midst of her. And you have it. This is mixed. You have mixed, which means to mix, mingled people that are in the midst of her. All right. And you have all people here, 2/3 Israelites, right? You get, of course, have, because the elect are going to be shielded and going to be delivered, all right, from the nuclear destruction. So they're not, of course, a part of that destruction. All right, but they're in the, you have it, these mingled people, all right, that the sword is upon, all right. You have it, the heathen, all right. Okay, it says, I'm gonna read it again. Sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots, all right, all their military might and such, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her. They're gonna be weak, all right. They're gonna be crying, bitching, all right, because there's gonna be nothing but gnashing of teeth, all right. It's gonna be crazy, all right, when this destruction cometh, all right. Just like going to the times of Noah when he was banging on the, trying to get in the ark, all right. A lot of you are gonna be amazed by the strangeness of the elect's salvation when you see us get beamed up. Lord willing, I'll be a part of the elect, or Bachayar, all right, Ha Bachayar, the elect. It says, and they shall be robbed. All right. And this is basically all I'm going to bring out for this particular lesson. All right. So, I just want to go in the spirit to bring this out, these scriptures, and speak on it. Ultimately, so-called white man got, of course, a chip. He wants to, of course, track your every movement. This is going to be a part of an orchestrated order out of chaos, or order out of chaos of the so-called white man. Flood these cities with so-called illegal immigrants. Rile up, of course, the you so-called Americans that are, pro-Trump and racist. You Edomites, all right, that hate so-called Latinos, all right. Bring them here and put them in these sanctuary cities. Give them various rights, which they, of course, ain't supposed to have by your, your laws, your unrighteous decree, which you prescribe, and that's gonna stir up a race war, all right, which is written in the scriptures, all right. So with that, I'll go into another further lesson, and speak on that. But hopefully you're edified. Call Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Rakakodash. All praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, all right, who rule well. Shalom. Allah B'chayaryum Shal Yasha'ala, the election of the nation of Israel. Shalom.